Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of a specific coin, the top 4 most valuable Abraham Lincoln wheat pennies. So let's get started. First up, the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty and damaged condition, and its value in today's market. The story of the Lincoln wheat penny begins in the early years of the 20th century, when the United States Mint introduced a new design to honor one of the nation's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner and first released in 1909 on the centenary of Lincoln's birth, this coin was the first to feature the portrait of a real person on a regular issue United States coin, a departure from the allegorical figures that had dominated earlier designs. For over 6 decades, the Lincoln cent remained in production with the iconic wheat ears on the reverse side, symbolizing prosperity and growth until the design was changed in 1959. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny belongs to the final years of this classic design, and while it was a common coin in its day, it has grown in popularity among collectors and investors for a variety of reasons. As we explore the value of a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty and damaged condition in today's market, we will examine the coin's history, composition, mintage, and the factors that influence its desirability and price in the numismatic community. In 1956, the United States Mint produced cents at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck at Philadelphia bore no mint mark, which makes the 1956 no mint mark variety the Philadelphia issue. The mixing of coins from different mints in daily circulation means that many collectors encounter the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark long before they learn about the nuances of mint marks and coin grading. The Lincoln wheat penny of 1956 was struck in large numbers, with more than 2 billion coins produced by the Philadelphia Mint. The exact figure for Philadelphia production in that year was well over 1 billion pieces. These coins entered circulation and served as everyday currency. They passed through the hands of millions of Americans, paid for groceries, transit, and daily goods, and were tucked into jars, pockets, and drawers over decades. Because of its large mintage and widespread circulation, the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is often considered a common date within the Lincoln series. Common does not mean uninteresting. On the contrary, many collectors prize these coins for their historical significance, the design's longevity, and the stories each individual coin carries, even in worn or damaged states. When examining a coin like the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, one of the first questions collectors ask is condition. Condition is a major factor in numismatics because it directly influences value. Historically, coins that retain sharp details, crisp surfaces, and original color command higher prices in the marketplace. Conversely, coins that show wear, damage, environmental staining, or other issues typically have lower values. However, even coins in poor condition can have significant worth if they are rare, have unique errors, or appeal to certain collectors who specialize in low-grade pieces. The coin's condition is assessed through a grading scale that ranges from poor on the very low end to mint state on the highest end. In everyday terms, a coin in poor to about good condition is heavily worn. It might have barely visible details, major scratches, dents, corrosion, and environmental damage. A coin in good to very good condition shows more details, but is still obviously worn. In contrast, uncirculated or mint state coins look as though they just came from the mint with full detail and original luster. For the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, coins in high uncirculated grade with original red color or full red and brown color achieve strong prices in the collector market, especially when certified by reputable coin grading companies. However, what makes this video unique is our focus on the coin in dirty and damaged condition. A dirty and damaged 1956 Lincoln wheat penny might show heavy environmental toning, dark brown to black surfaces, pitting from corrosion, holes from contact with chemicals or water, scratches and other marks from decades of circulation and neglect. These coins often appeal to collectors who appreciate the rugged character of circulated coins or who want to fill holes in their date and mint mark collections without spending large sums on high-grade examples. Understanding the intrinsic value of a dirty 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark begins with recognizing that these coins are primarily made of copper. In 1956, the Lincoln cent was struck on a composition of 95% copper, with the balance being tin and zinc. Copper, by weight, has a melt value that fluctuates with commodity markets. While some sellers might reference melt value when considering a copper coin, the numismatic value usually outweighs melt value for coins that have any collector interest. Melt value for a single Lincoln cent is typically only a few cents worth of metal, and as such has little impact on the coin's value in today's market. The numismatic value is determined by collector demand, historical significance, and condition. Even coins in poor condition with heavy wear and damage can have buyer interest. For a common date coin like the 1956 Philadelphia Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, many collectors pay modest prices for low-grade examples to complete typesets or date sets. If a coin is heavily worn but still identifiable and intact, it might sell for a couple of dollars in an online auction or a local coin shop or coin show. In damaged condition, with heavy corrosion or discoloration, a coin might be worth little more than $1 or $2 to a dealer or collector whose focus is on filling a spot in a collection. Looked at from a market perspective, the value range for a dirty and damaged 1956 no-mint mark penny can vary from nominal amounts to slightly higher prices depending on the severity and nature of the damage. Collectors and dealers often use pricing guides like the Red Book and online auction results to estimate current values. However, these guides and listings typically focus on coins in collectible grades with defined criteria. The market for heavily worn or damaged coins is more subjective. Because these coins lack the appeal of eye appeal or surface quality, buyers often price them based on personal interest, availability, and condition. Comparisons of recent sales of similar coins can give a realistic idea of what one might expect to pay or receive when selling such a piece. To understand how dirty and damaged coins are valued, consider an example. A 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark that is heavily worn with most details flattened but still identifiable might sell for a couple of dollars in an online auction or a local coin shop. On the other hand, a similar coin with significant environmental damage, such as deep corrosion or pitting, might be worth little more than its weight in copper or a nominal amount to a collector who needs it for a date run. Some specialized collectors of low-grade pieces appreciate the character of these pieces and might pay slightly more for a coin that shows an interesting circulation history. The buyer's perspective also influences value. Some collectors seek coins that tell a story, coins that show the passage of time and the environments they have encountered. These coins may have circulated through decades of American history, passed from hand to hand, survived floods, fires, pockets, and coin jars, and bear the marks of that journey. For these collectors, a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in beaten condition is not just copper and copper alloy, it's a piece of tangible history, a relic of everyday life in mid-20th century America. Exploring the market further, we find that auction results and dealer price lists sometimes show that even dirty and damaged Lincoln cents can attract bids above nominal values when sold in lots with other coins or to enthusiastic collectors. It is not uncommon for a lot of mixed wheat pennies to sell for a price that reflects the combined appeal of the date set or the sentimental interest in the series. As such, a single 1956 penny in poor condition might accompany a broader purchase that brings overall value to the buyer. When selling or buying a coin of this nature, it's important to clearly describe its condition. This includes noting the presence of dirt, corrosion, scratches, dents, bends, holes, and any other factors that affect eye appeal and structural integrity.
Photographs from multiple angles, good lighting, and honest descriptions help potential buyers set realistic expectations and ensure fair pricing. Whether the coin is sold through an online marketplace, at a local coin shop, or through a dealer, transparency about condition builds trust and often leads to better outcomes for both buyer and seller. Another factor that influences the value of a dirty and damaged 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is provenance. Where did the coin come from? Did it come from a long-forgotten jar of coins unearthed from a family home or a collector's estate? Coins with interesting backstories sometimes carry a premium even in low-grade condition, especially if the story resonates with potential buyers. Collectors often cherish the narratives that accompany their coins, stories that connect them to broader historical events or personal experiences. Collectors also look at strike quality. Even though the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny is a common date, coins struck with a strong...
Next up, the Abraham Lincoln wheat penny from 1937 without mint mark. This coin may look common at first glance, especially when it appears in dirty condition or with a black color shade. But many collectors know that even worn examples can carry real value and strong demand in today's coin market. The 1937 Lincoln wheat penny was struck during the Great Depression era, a time when the United States was slowly recovering from economic hardship. Everyday coins like this penny passed through countless hands and were used for basic needs such as food, transportation, and daily shopping. Because of heavy circulation, many surviving coins today show dirt, dark toning, and black color shades, which are natural results of age, copper oxidation, and long-term handling. This penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries no mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia were produced in very large numbers compared to branch mints, and the total mintage for the 1937 wheat penny was very high. However, high mintage does not mean every coin survives in perfect condition. Most examples today are circulated, and many show strong signs of wear, discoloration, and surface dirt. The design of the coin features Abraham Lincoln on the front, created by Victor David Brenner. This was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person instead of a symbolic figure. Lincoln portrait shows strong facial detail when new, but in dirty and black shaded condition, these details often appear soft and worn. The back of the coin shows two wheat ears surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This wheat reverse is one of the most loved designs among collectors and adds nostalgic value to the coin. Black color shade on the 1937 wheat penny is usually caused by oxidation, environmental exposure, or storage conditions over many decades. This type of toning does not automatically reduce collector interest. In fact, some collectors prefer naturally toned coins because they show age and originality. A dirty surface may hide details, but it also tells the story of the coin's long journey through history. When it comes to value, the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in dirty and black color shade condition is still worth more than face value in today's market. A heavily circulated and dark-toned example usually sells in the range of $2 to $5, depending on remaining detail, overall eye appeal, and market demand. Coins with readable date, clear Lincoln portrait, and visible wheat ears often bring the higher end of that range. If the coin has stronger detail, even with dark color, it can sometimes reach $7 or more, especially if collectors are actively searching for affordable wheat cents to complete date sets. Condition still plays a role, but originality and untouched surfaces can add appeal even to dirty coins. Collectors value this penny not only for its price, but for its historical importance. It represents a period before World War II, when copper pennies were still a vital part of everyday commerce. Many people collect wheat pennies by year and mint mark, and the 1937 no mint mark coin is an essential piece in any complete Lincoln wheat cent collection. Another reason this coin remains popular is accessibility. New collectors can afford it easily, while experienced collectors appreciate finding examples with interesting toning or natural black color shades. Each coin looks slightly different, which makes searching through old collections and coin jars exciting.
In conclusion, the Abraham Lincoln wheat penny from 1937 without mint mark, even in dirty and black color shade condition, holds steady value and strong collector interest in today's market. While it may not be a rare coin, it is a meaningful historical piece and a solid collectible with a value of around $2 to $5 and sometimes more depending on condition. If you have one in your collection, it is worth keeping. And if you're just starting out, this coin is a great entry into the world of classic American coins.
Next up, the 1957 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, especially when it is found in normal, dirty condition, but its storied history and collector demand make it special for many coin lovers and new collectors. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny was produced near the end of the wheat cent era, which started in 1909 and ended in 1958. This makes 1957 one of the last regular years before the famous design change to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Many collectors like late-date wheat pennies because they represent the closing chapter of a long and historic design. This penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln is facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust" along the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the year 1957 on the right. Below the date, you will see a small D mint mark, which means this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint produced a very large number of pennies in 1957, but that does not mean every coin has no value. On the backside, the design shows 2 wheat years surrounding the words 1 cent, with United States of America at the top and E pluribus unum in between the wheat stalks. This simple and iconic design is loved by collectors all over the world and is one reason why wheat pennies remain popular even today. Now, let us talk about condition, because condition plays a big role in value. The coin we're discussing today is in normal, dirty condition. This means the coin has circulation wear, dirt, dark color spots, and possibly light corrosion, but no major damage like holes or heavy bends. Many people think dirty coins are worthless, but that is not always true, especially when the coin is old and collected widely, like the wheat penny. A normal, dirty 1957 D wheat penny usually has most details still visible. Lincoln's face may be worn but recognizable. Wheat lines on the back may be faded but still clear. The color is often dark brown or blackish from years of handling and exposure. This kind of condition is very common but still collectible. So what is the value of a 1957 D Abraham Lincoln wheat penny in normal, dirty condition in today's market in dollar value? In general, a circulated dirty example can sell for around 5 cents to 20 cents in loose condition. However, when sold in bulk or as part of a wheat penny collection, it may bring slightly more interest. If the coin has slightly better details, even with dirt and no cleaning, it can reach around 50 cents to $1, depending on buyer demand and local market. In some cases, collectors who are filling wheat penny albums are willing to pay up to $2 for a readable date and clear mint mark, even in dirty condition. The real value jump comes when condition improves. Uncirculated or red examples are worth much more, but since we are focusing on normal dirty condition, it is important to be realistic. This coin is not rare, but it is historic, collectible, and always in demand by beginners and wheat penny lovers. One important thing to remember: never clean your wheat penny. Cleaning can reduce the value even more. Collectors prefer natural dirt and aging over cleaned, shiny surfaces. A dirty original coin is better than a cleaned, damaged one. The 1957 D wheat penny is also popular because it represents everyday American history. It was used in stores, pockets, and homes during the 1950s. This connection to the past gives it emotional and historical value, beyond just money. For new collectors, this coin is a great starting point. It's affordable, easy to find, and teaches the basics of mint marks, condition, and design history. For experienced collectors, it completes the later wheat penny years and adds balance to a full set.
In conclusion, the most valuable aspect of the 1957 D. Abraham Lincoln wheat penny in normal dirty condition is not extreme price, but steady demand, historical importance, and collector interest in today's market. Its value in dollar terms usually ranges from a few cents up to $1 or $2, depending on condition and buyer. But its real worth comes from being a piece of American coin history.
Next up, the 1947 wheat penny with S mint mark. This coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, and it carries a strong appeal among collectors, especially when it appears in unusual black color shade condition. Many people ignore dark-toned pennies, thinking they are damaged, but in reality, some of these coins can be far more valuable than normal red or brown examples. The 1947 S wheat penny was struck just 2 years after World War II, when the United States Mint returned to using copper-based alloy after the steel cents of 1943. This period is very important in American coin history because it marks the recovery of the economy and the return to traditional coinage materials. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer pennies compared to the Philadelphia Mint, and that lower mintage alone makes the 1947 S wheat penny more desirable to collectors today. On the front side of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln is facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" at the top, Liberty on the left side, and the date 1947 on the right side. Just below the date, you will find the small S mint mark, which confirms this coin was made in San Francisco. The reverse side shows 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum at the top. This wheat design was used from 1909 until 1958 and is loved by collectors all over the world. Now let us talk about the black color shade condition which makes this coin stand out. A black or very dark tone on a wheat penny usually comes from long-term oxidation, environmental exposure, or storage conditions. While heavy corrosion can reduce value, an even natural black tone with readable details can actually increase collector interest, especially among people who collect toned or visually unique coins. Many collectors believe these dark coins tell a stronger story of age and circulation. Condition is extremely important when determining value. Even in black color shade, a 1947 S wheat penny that still shows clear details on Lincoln's hair, coat, and facial features, along with visible wheat lines on the reverse, will always be worth more than a heavily worn or damaged piece. If the coin has no major scratches, holes, or bends, its value can be surprisingly high. In today's market, a 1947 S wheat penny in average circulated condition with black color shade can be worth around $10 to $25. If the coin is in better circulated condition with strong details and attractive dark toning, the value can increase to $50 or even $100 in some cases. If the coin is close to uncirculated condition with original black toning and no cleaning, it can reach values from $300 to over $1,000 depending on eye appeal and demand. Exceptional examples with rare errors or outstanding surfaces have been known to sell for even higher amounts. Speaking of errors, some 1947 S wheat pennies may show mint errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double details. These errors can significantly boost value even in black shade condition. Collectors are always searching for error coins because they're unique and much harder to find than normal strikes. If you ever notice unusual lines, doubling, or missing details on your coin, it is worth having it examined carefully. Many people ask whether cleaning a black penny will increase its value. The answer is no. Cleaning almost always reduces value. Collectors prefer original surfaces, even if they are dark or uneven. A cleaned penny loses its natural history and becomes less desirable. So, if you own a 1947 S wheat penny in black color shade, the best choice is to leave it exactly as it is. The popularity of wheat pennies continues to grow because they are affordable, historical, and full of variety. The 1947 S Abraham Lincoln wheat penny in black color shade condition is proof that even common-looking coins can be worth real money in today's market. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you next time. Happy collecting!